I see going live.
Hola.
¿Qué será el preview?
Hola, Danielita.
Todavía no. You're live, ahora sí.
No, siempre es antes.
No.
Siempre que me dices todavía no, eso siempre queda al principio del video. ¿Cómo estás, Danielita?
¿Sabes qué pasa?
Dime.
Bien. Pero
A
es que creo que ahorita están viendo apenas todo lo que hicimos antes configurándolo desde que pusiste Start Streaming.
¿Verdad?
Sí, es que por eso te decía, si es la 1:30, tienes que escuchar. No importa.
No. Bueno,
Hey everyone.
bueno, nos vieron...
Ahora, si quieres, saca el chat.
no
y
sé hacer
agrándalo.
eso.
Mira, párate en los 3 punticos.
Sí.
Ajá. Y ahí
Pop out.
Ajá. Y...
No, ¿y para qué?
pues
Era
para
más
poder
fácil
ver
ahí.
los
Bueno, ¿y esto te toca a ti?
Sí. Y súbele. Agranda para que pueda ver bien.
No, me tocó hoy.
¿Ves? Listo. Hey everyone.
Bueno, hola, ¿cómo están todos?
So, sorry we were adjusting because today was the first day that Nicolás wanted to
Be on camera.
set up the live stream. So, we had a little
Finally,
hiccups.
you two together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ciao. Yeah, we do exist together. We can
We do.
we can we can touch each other. So today is going to be like the start of something that's a little bit different, but we think it's like super exciting, which is hola Alejandro, which is what we're calling like a visual correspondence.
Yeah.
It's nothing weird. Honestly, it's just a super simple exercise. But it's an exercise where we want to work together visually. Or I guess, throughout...
To have a conversation visually.
We had a, like let's be super abstract. We had a conversation for the last 2 years working together. Like,
Yeah, of course we did.
I would do some work, then you would do some work, and
Yeah.
then that work came together, and that was the videos.
Yeah.
So, we could argue that we were having like this kind of quieter conversation between us, or we were working together towards something. But since we kind of quote unquote finished that part of our exercise, we thought, well, we could try to have like this, far more interactive and far more direct visual correspondence.
Yeah.
And what that means, and without making this like super difficult to understand, is that I'm going to do an image and
I'm going to answer to that image.
Exactly. And you're going to answer to that image.
Yeah.
And the answer could be anything. I mean, like literally, I'm open for anything. You could do like a little GIF. You could do a little video. You could write something. You could sing. Let's hope not.
No. That's
But
not going to happen.
you could do anything you want.
Yeah.
Anything you want. And in that sense, I could also do anything I want.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm only good for painting.
No,
I can only do
I'm
painting.
not gonna do anything weird. I mean, I think I'm gonna draw or paint or...
Perfect.
But I don't think I'm gonna like write something.
I
or-
leave it open just so that if we at some point feel like we
That's the
want
perfect
to
answer.
do it,
Yeah, we're open to it.
there is that possibility. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be cool.
Cool.
So I was thinking because...
Cool.
Cool.
I'm scared.
No, what?
I'm terrified.
Oh my God, come on. No.
You know
this
I'm
is fun.
super nervous.
I know, but it's fun. It's supposed to be fun. Like if you see it as a fun thing, I
It's
think
still gonna be-
fun. I think when your mind is thinking like fun, it strips away from every bit of stress.
Mine doesn't.
No, I mean give it a shot. It's just
No,
have fun. Have
I'm
fun.
here. I mean, I'm gonna give
I'm
it
here.
a shot. I mean,
I'm sitting.
I'm here.
I am sitting right next to you.
So
I don't know how do you want to do this? Do you want to see the actual painting or do you want to see? Because
of
I have it.
course.
I have the reference,
So,
but we have to make this window a little bit smaller. I'll do that.
so maybe
What do you want to do?
you
I mean,
can.
this is a little too much. Like
No,
a
you know
little
what?
Too much,
I would like to.
paraphernalia for uncovering of an image.
I would like to see it, in person.
Okay.
And after that, now I'm scared.
What?
And
After
you can
that, we'll
show
share
it.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I can show it after I see
Okay,
it,
cool,
and then
cool.
you can like show the image.
Okay, I don't know how
If
it's
you
going to
have
look
it or
with this
something
light,
like
but
that.
I have a good scan of the painting, so people are going to be able to see, what that looks like.
And wait,
Yeah.
Are you gonna show it and are you gonna
And then I'm
tell
gonna
me a
leave.
little bit
No,
about
I'm
it?
gonna leave.
You should tell
Yeah,
me like
of course. No,
Yeah.
that's the whole point. Like,
okay,
like,
because you know
there is an idea. There's a reason. I mean, I'm not gonna impose that on anything that you'll do.
no, but of course
But
I'm curious to know.
I think the more we know,
Mhm.
I think the coolest it's going to be because
Yeah.
we're going to have more information that we can say,
like more
okay,
starting points.
yeah, like for example, you could say, well, I don't care about that or that or that, but I heard you say this and I love this and I'm going to start from this.
yeah,
And I would
Cool.
love if that could be the same thing with you.
Cool.
Like when you
Yeah.
present your image, like it's almost like a presentation. Like
yeah. No,
you
I'm
show
super
it,
nervous.
you show it and then, then that's my starting point.
Okay.
Okay?
You know I'm terrible with surprises. Like I don't know how to
Oh
react.
my god, no, this is too much. Like let me just show it. It's a painting. Come on.
Okay.
It's no different than the 400 and whatever paintings we've done.
Okay.
So it's that here.
So I don't want to look.
Is my butt showing?
Maybe.
Okay, so ready?
Yeah.
So it's
oh, I know.
yeah, yeah.
It's amazing. It's the
It's like a
tiny jar, like glass jar, where I have my
yeah, some of
my
your
carvings, like
of your whittling,
yeah,
yeah.
I know.
So,
I love it.
So let's do this good for
For everyone to
everyone.
see, yeah.
So I think we have to make, let me see.
No, you can.
Yeah,
like-
I think I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
No,
I didn't get it. I don't got it. I got it.
that's why.
Easy peasy.
That's why I'm the one
Easy. Look at this. Look at this. Flawless.
that super smooth.
And
editing.
let me see. There we go.
Okay.
Look at that.
No, it's amazing.
How is that like painful? That was nothing.
smells
I'm
like
super
lemon.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you use
the
the
wax?
wax?
Yeah, I gave it like two coats. So is that?
I love it.
I'm always curious how that look. I mean,
That
that's
looks
kind of
good,
faithful,
yeah.
somewhat. I mean, the light is like super yellow.
Yeah, and
We-
it shines a lot.
Yeah,
like,
it glares a
It
bit.
reflects a
But
lot
we
of light.
we did the yellow light because we thought we looked a little bit better under yellow.
Because it's like more natural. The other one was like if we were like a corpse.
By
was.
the way, are we okay in terms of
'cause
audio?
I don't know if you noticed.
Yes.
You guys noticed? No, not you.
Oh, I did.
But everyone. What?
What?
I have a new mic,
Yeah.
and I have a
His name is Mike Gonzalez.
Mike Wazowski. No, but give it to me. I want to have it
Okay.
while you
Oh,
talk about it.
No te quería encartar. I didn't want to encartate you. So should I start? Should I
Yeah.
start? Okay. So I thought that you know how we've often spoken about like the weight of making. So for
Mhm.
example, I've told you that when I graduated and I was like super super excited because I used to work at a mural studio when I graduated, but then I didn't have a job, and then I got a job as an illustrator, and that's where I painted, that's where I worked, I'm sorry, for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you that I think that for the next 3 years, because I didn't have time, because that was the truth,
Yeah.
I painted about 3 paintings.
Yeah.
3 paintings. That's all I painted. And I was probably, after those 3 years, I was probably 20. I was maybe your age, like 25, 26, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I felt bad, but I didn't really feel like I was betraying myself, or I was, like I knew that I wanted to be a painter,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't like frustrated at myself as an artist, because I was doing other stuff that I could understand was
Like
like
art related.
right, and
Okay.
and it was fulfilling. Like all that storyboarding and all that drawing I was doing, it was very fulfilling. But I wanted to paint, and I never in a million years like the thought crossed my mind that I had to be effective during those 3 years.
Mhm.
Like that I had to have, that if I understood myself as a painter, that I had to like show it,
Okay, yeah.
and maybe if I wanted to show it, one painting a year wasn't going to be enough, like nearly enough. So, so when I came back, I started working, just like, I almost like obsessively. But before that, it was never weird. And we've had this conversation where you say like, oh, wow, I spent, all these months maybe without drawing, which you haven't really spent like months without drawing. But
well, I
like
did before.
X amount of time, like whatever amount of time. And we tend to be super hard on ourselves when we do that. And I think that what ended up happening to me, and this has happened in various stages during my life, is that when we either like start and stop again, or we have these like voids where we don't work, and then we start working, and we have like something that's really cool. And I think your thesis work, all these whittlings, they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. They're magnificent, I feel. And we have them. We have them like stored, and we have them like, stored / displayed in like different areas. And it kind of reminded me of how I felt for a couple of years about the painting of my father with his bare legs.
Yeah.
That everyone was telling me like, oh, this is your best painting ever. You're never going to paint anything better than this.
Yeah.
This is your most amazing. Like you peaked. You pretty much peaked at 26 or 27, whatever, which is pathetic. Like that's one of the weirdest and toughest things to hear, because what do you do the next? Like then hopefully if you live a long life, like what, you have 60 years of painting crap after that. So I was very cautious that I started to see that, to start to try and see that painting for what it was, which was just another painting. It was going to be another painting that was going to be part of my road. And that's it. That was going to be it. And I think that, what this work for you, I'm not going to impose my own experiences on your own path. I would never do that. But I think that for you, it's also like this beautiful, point where you kind of want to like stay there and say, wow, this is beautiful. But there's also this, force that is telling you to move forward. And it's super scary to move forward. And I think it's scariest when we do something that is super nice, like that we deem it as successful, whatever successful means for us. It doesn't have to be like, oh, it's the image that got more likes, or it's the image that I sold for most money, or it's the one that my family likes the most, or it's the one that my teacher said was the best. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not about what or who validates that image, but we feel that it's something important. I feel that overcoming those instances is super tough. It's like super, super tough, because we're up here, and if we fail, whatever that means, then the drop is going to be like terrible. So I thought, what better way to start than to, start from an image that is, referential to that moment in your life. Like, it's almost like saying we have to go past. I mean, and go past it. And I'm sorry, and to interrupt you, but I'll just finish this thought. Like, to go past it, because I don't want you to feel that I'm forcing you to do anything.
No, because I think your starting point is a lot of discussions that we've had before.
Right.
Because I've told you that after I did this, I didn't know why, but I just stopped producing like everything. I mean, because I didn't work on wood or draw or anything, and I don't know why, but it had to do with that idea of failing after something that for me was like a super good result, maybe.
Yeah. It was extraordinary result.
So after that, I would say I spent maybe, I would say like almost a year without doing anything.
Yeah. And I always told you that that's totally fine. I mean, I don't even like to use the word like normal. That is just fine. I mean, many, many times drawing or painting take the backseat to life, or to, other applications of drawing and painting, or what we were doing. We were working together, and, my job involved painting and doing audio, and your job involved doing a bunch of like editing and video and really cool stuff. So it's just that our jobs involved something else. Like if our places were swapped, like that would have been that job for me, editing. And I think my brain would have understood it as this is pretty much the same as when I was, younger, and when I had to put painting on hold to do a bunch of illustration.
But the thing is that I never felt editing as like pausing my own work for example, for editing your paintings. Because you know that I always told you that I was interested in learning how to edit and learning how to like create videos or content or whatever. So I just think as like, I think about our project as the perfect timing for me to learn how to edit and to like get the grasp of what editing a video and creating a video was.
Right.
So I never felt that I was like maybe in a second place trying to work for something that you were doing, because I always felt the project as like it was yours.
Well, ours.
At the same time, it was mine. I mean,
yeah. Oh, yeah. It
like
couldn't exist.
I never felt that because you were the one painting, like the project was more about you than it was about me.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. I think in my mind, I never even conceived it. I could never even conceive it as something that would exist without each other. So yeah, even though the end result was a painting, I think that was like the easiest way to understand the project. But no, the project was about a million other things for both of us that we both understood.
And also the project was going like behind cameras. It
for sure.
It meant a lot for both of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Our routines, our like day to day.
Right.
So yeah, but I would say that even though I never felt it was something that I was like doing, like something that I didn't want it to do.
Yeah.
I felt that editing was in my mind my excuse to not face the fear of producing something again. So I was like, no, I want to learn, I want to edit, I want to create videos, and I'm not gonna think about drawing or creating anything else right now, because this is what I'm focused on. And the truth is I could have done both, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was scared. Because I was scared after I did the thesis.
Right.
So,
right. It's just it's
because I am scared.
Yeah. It's I totally understand you. I remember thinking, like, when I did a show after that painting of my dad, like I remember thinking nothing here, and I did like, I don't know, 20 some odd paintings. And there were larger paintings. And I remember thinking, nothing is as good as that painting. Nothing I just did in the last 2.5 years is as good as that painting. And it's horrifying.
Yeah, and I think that in my case, it's not that I think that the carvings are like absolutely amazing.
I think they are.
But the thinking process and all the things that had to happen for me to end up doing the carvings, that's what I think that is amazing.
Yeah,
that's like a peak.
Yeah, I love everything about it. You know this already. I'm not just saying it.
And I'm even gonna say, I mean, we have a friend, Alejandra. She wanted to buy a carving.
Yep.
And I said like, yeah, fine. And she did buy the carving maybe 6 months ago. And she was like, take your time and just like send it whenever you want. And I haven't sent it yet.
Oh, you haven't done it? I thought you did.
No, because she already selected one.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I don't know why I am super like
attached.
Yeah. And I don't like that.
No, but it's tough. I think like what I was hoping to get to is to deal with a lot of that, because it's not so much that we idolize our own work. Like, we pray to it or we kneel to it. No. But I think there's so much, emotional, personal investment, as well as formal qualities for sure. But there's so much behind it that it's super difficult to, when you connect with something, to then say, okay, I'm going to turn the page and just keep going.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
And I would even say that in your case, the one of your dad,
yeah,
and my case, it's something that involves your own personal life.
Yeah.
Like a lot of feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
Like to get the attach of that. Because it's like a past version of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And that one, for me, it was almost like forceful but enjoyable, but not really, because we showed it. I showed that painting twice before and nothing happened. And the third time I showed was in a show in Quinta, Galeria.
Yeah.
And
here in Bogota.
Yeah. And it sold super well. Really, really well. I think at that moment, well, probably discounting the paintings, ugly paintings that I had sold in Boca Raton, in Boca, in Florida. But if you don't think about those, it was the most expensive painting that I had sold at that moment. But I was just, and then, you know, he was super, super excited, you know, the gallery owner. Mauricio was super excited that it had sold. It sold to a collector like overseas. So he was very excited about that.
Yeah.
He knew her personally. So he was like, it's in a great home. This is an amazing painting. It's going to go to a perfect place. So all of that was like, okay, I guess it's time to move on. Like I had, like all the variables were out of my hand, and I was like, okay, it's time to move on. But what you were saying, like when I had to do new work, in my mind, I was still, like the physical object was not there, but in my mind, I was still attached to it. And then everything I would do, I would say, nah, the way I, modeled form is not as good as that painting, or the atmosphere that I got in this is not as good as that painting, or just the soul of this is not as good as that painting. Like everything, that painting became like the place that I would go to compare myself, and that's not, I mean, for me, it wasn't healthy.
No, and it isn't healthy for me either. But the thing that I'm saying is that, for example, for you, it was like you were attached to it, but you also liked the technical aspect of it. With my carvings, I think it's different because I don't think they are like amazingly done.
I think they're perfect.
I don't think they
are.
I
think they're amazing. I'm not. I wish you could see them through my eyes because I think they're amazing. I think they're perfect.
But I think I yearn like the security I had while doing the project.
But maybe that came from just making, because that time, like your hands would hurt. Like
I was cutting.
You were carving solo. You cut your fingers like every day. Yeah. Like you were whittling every single day.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I was in a place where I was super sure of what I was doing, and I just was flowing.
Yeah.
And that's something that hasn't happened since that project ended.
Right. But
so that's why I was super close to it, and that's why I told you, hey, I want to be I want to be open with you, and I feel like I have to like move forward. Because I've been like stuck in the same place for so long. And I want to go back to creating things because I love creating things.
Yeah, you're amazing at it. So I think that this is like perfect because, I mean, not my painting, but just the setup. I think it's super cool because it's going to force us to do something. And you know what I think is cooler? The fact that because it is an exchange, like, I'm starting now and then you're going to say something, but you're going to say something and it's not the end. Like, it's not the end.
No, it's a conversation.
Then I'm going to see that, whatever you do, and I'm going to keep going. And then I'm going to hand it off to you, and you're going to keep going.
Yeah.
And I think, hopefully, that when we get into the rhythm of not just judging, like, a painting as an end goal by itself, but as something that enables us to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost that little spark that now... It almost like replaces what we were doing, like having like a weekly theme. I think it kind of replaces that in a really healthy way.
Yeah.
Which is like, well, now there's not a theme, but there's like
something
all these
that's always going.
Visual, whatever. There's like this huge array of things going on that you can pick any of them and just say, oh, I'm going to take this. I'm going to go with it. And I don't think we're ever going to judge if the other person took it on the right or wrong direction. Like in my mind, I have no idea where you want to take this. I think that's the healthiest thing we could do. Like just say, you know what? I'm just handing this off to you and go. Like,
go, you do you.
Go nuts. Yeah, go crazy. Do whatever you want. Be as formal as you want. Be as careful as you want. Be as free as you want. Be as anything. I think the important part is just to understand that from a conversation, and a conversation that has like a visual anchor, we can go somewhere. We can, and I think we can both grow together, which is like super, super cool. You know, I think one of the most, horrifying things for an artist is thinking that they remain stagnant.
Yeah, that's
like,
what happened to me.
Yeah,
so.
No, I don't think so. I think you're a little too hard on yourself.
Nope, because I had a super long period where I didn't do anything. So
right, but and that's why I don't mean to say like, oh, in my life I felt the same thing. No, but I'm just sharing with you, and we've talked about this before, but that that those 3 years for me were like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be a painter, and I've done 3 paintings. Not even 2.5 paintings, if I have to be super, super honest. Because I never finished. When I was in New York, I didn't finish the last painting. I came to finish it when I, came back. So, all I can say is like, I kind of understand that feeling, and we may be at different moments in our career, and that's totally fine. But there are things that I promise you that we both feel that are...
Oh, and they're not constants in the life of an artist.
Yeah, I didn't want to say they're the same, but I want to tell you, like, I'm pretty sure that people that are listening to us right now, they're like, oh my God, I've been in there for like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I've been stuck in that spot for the last 20 years. And that's, it's just tough. I think it's just a natural, sometimes very disheartening, horrible obstacle that is part of the creative process, that is part of art. It just is. And I think that, we have each other, so we can help each other go, past it.
Yeah.
And what I was saying, like, it can be fun, it doesn't have to be, we're not going to say, oh, this is going to be a book. I mean, it could be a kick-ass book, by the way. In like 2 years, if we do like this amazing narrative of like wherever we end up, it could be the most interesting thing ever. But it could be nothing. It could be a place where our faults reflect on us, reflect back on us. Like, maybe we start realizing that I'm not really listening to you, that I just want to paint my paintings, that I just want to paint paintings that look good.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you do. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. Like, I'm super, super cautious of these things, but you never know. But, it may be that you say something and I'm like, oh yeah, you have your conversation, but I'm having my conversation over here. And I think that those shortcomings, if we are open to recognize them, I think that that's super interesting too, because that's a very human, flawed part of the creative process, which is totally fine. Like, encountering those things is totally, totally fine. So yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say also that that's why I'm super, like, because I'm super anxious about the project, but I'm also like expectant. Is it a way to say it? For the project, because I think it's like the perfect, like the rhythm of the project is the perfect thing to keep me going, which is the thing that I miss the most about that project I did. Right. So that's why I'm like super hesitant about the project, because I want to start the project and just like start to get the rhythm of it and let myself create without like overthinking before starting something, because that's what always happens to me. Like, I do 2 lines and I'm like, no, this isn't looking fine. And like, I'm getting better at it, and but I used to like criticize myself super harshly, and I was like, no, I mean, there could be 2 lines, 3 lines, and I was like, no, it's not gonna be a good drawing, and I just stopped.
Right.
And I think that this conversation we're gonna have is super cool because, like, I need to say, I have to finish something. Like,
Yeah.
I have to work.
Solve.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, sorry.
You know, no, not sorry.
Because you always talk about.
No. It's just that finishing for me
Yeah.
is horrifying.
No, yeah, like
Solving,
resolving.
I can deal.
Yeah,
Solving, I can deal with.
Yeah, so
Like I solved an apple pie cake in my brother's.
it was delicious.
Oh, it was edible.
Mm-hmm.
But I solved it.
Yeah.
You know, it was, but
Yeah, but I want to do that, and I also want to, because like I was super nervous of this moment, but next Monday I'm gonna be terrified.
No,
but
it's gonna be
let me tell you why. Because you know that for me it's super hard to like show things I do, like not only to do it but like to socialize my work. It isn't as easy. So I think this is like ripping the bandage.
Rip the band-aid. Yeah.
Oh, I said bandage.
Oh, the same.
Because
bandage would be
a
larger.
bigger one. Yeah, that's for me.
It's like a wounded soldier.
So mine is gonna be. Mine's that. Mine's
Okay,
a bandage.
like a whole leg. It's like keeps going.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be interesting because it's like jumping in, like into the fear that I have.
Into rapids.
No, like when someone says I'm scared of spiders, try to get spiders near you. That's what I think I'm doing. Like I'm scared of creating. I'm scared of like failing with what I create. I'm scared of socializing, and I'm just gonna like jump into it.
Yeah.
So maybe after that I realize it's not as bad as I imagined. Because I always think it's worse in your head that it actually is in reality.
The fear, and I think we have a super cool community. I think if our community was larger, we would encounter like, the idiot comment, once in a while just talking to me about, oh, your drawing, that looked nothing like your daughter. Or whatever,
which is also fine.
Which is fine.
I mean, but it's sometimes harder when you're not used to receiving that sort of comments.
Right.
Because at the beginning it was weird for you to read all the comments, even if they were like super cool comments. It's like, wow, it's weird to
is very strange.
That amount of people reacting to what you're doing, and that's what I'm gonna face. So that's why it's gonna be like a little weird for me, but I'm up to it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the that's the best we can do. I feel, just the willingness to like play.
Yeah, and also
play off each other.
Also, I know, super cheesy again, but
No,
I feel safe doing this with you.
That's awesome.
Because as you said, we're in different parts of our career, and that's fine. But I've never felt that as a disadvantage between us.
No, never.
Because I think we're just different, and that's fine, and that's cool. So I think this is a super safe place for me to like to just leave my scary thoughts of creating art behind.
Awesome.
Like just
when you know what made it super easy for me because that I hated doing voiceovers. Well, my first fear / hate was doing the intros. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
there were times
I remember
that I would just collapse and say, I can't do this anymore.
Because I even remember we were in the other apartment.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the other room.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't record if I was listening.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So at the beginning,
if you were like in front of me, like looking at me, I was like,
you couldn't.
I can't do it.
Yeah, and I even remember that the first time you recorded, like you knew I was in the other room, but you were still scared.
Oh, horrified.
And you were like speaking like this.
I don't
like
remember.
Super low, and I was like, hey, I know you're scared, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But I can't hear a thing that you're saying, so you have to redo it. Like you have to re-record them because it's terrible. I mean,
but you can see it. I feel if you guys go look at her first, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3
even
weeks,
the intro
month
of OPL is super
of
cute.
the intros. Oh my God, it's like I'm being held at gunpoint. Honestly, it's like I'm. Somebody's threatening to kill me, if I don't say the right things. I'm reading off like a teleprompter.
Yeah.
It was horrifying. I mean, I knew in my mind, I knew what I had to say, but I just didn't feel comfortable. And you know what I was thinking? That in the camera, in the stupid camera, like I faced myself, but I also was facing this thing that, like, when I was saying it, I was thinking, oh my God, this thing is potentially going to, like,
X amount of people.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, at the beginning, tens, tens of people. But in my mind, I was like, oh my God, so many people are going to, are going to see this and they're going to judge me on every little word that I mispronounce, or every little that I say, or every little like that I say, or whatever. Like all these little things that are going to happen just because
terrible.
You're human.
Because you became like hyper conscious about everything you do.
Oh, yeah,
so.
Definitely. But I think it took a long time. I think it took a long time. So
no, I think it was like a month.
Like a year and a half.
No, then you were super comfortable with it.
Yeah. No, well, not super.
So
not super comfortable.
let's give me like
whatever time you need.
Yeah, 2 years to feel
anytime,
comfortable.
20 years. I'll give you till the day I die. That's totally fine.
Yeah, no, but I really like your decision, like your starting point for the conversation.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I really think it's like reassuring me that like I'm starting something.
Awesome.
And I have to,
and I
don't want to feel like I have to let go, in the sense like you have to forget about that. No, but I can remember that as a good experience I had and move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm in the place that I want to do that.
Awesome.
So I want to move on, and this is a super cool starting point for that conversation.
Awesome. And I love that I love the jar. I love the fact that you store them in jars. I think I read somebody say if that was like a little like a piece of ham in the reflection.
Oh, the glare?
Yeah.
No.
If that was like a piece of ham on the left side.
Oh no! You know what? Why it happened? Maybe I can explain them.
You can. Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah.
It's the reflection of the window of a room.
Yeah.
Because I have it. Like, I have the jar here, and there's a window.
Yeah.
And it has like a white blackout. That's why it's like a kind of white glare.
Right. And it's like a cool light.
Yeah.
But it also, as it turns pinker, because that's the wood that's actually redder that you have. It's actually different than the other little ones that you have.
Yeah.
So it has like a redder grain. I guess it's I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what sort of wood that was. But yeah, so that's like a little bit of that glare. It's not one of those studio conditions. Like I usually like things in situ. Like I don't like to arrange anything. I don't think you've ever quite seen me arrange. I mean, maybe a few exceptions, but usually it's just more
like a tiny adjustment.
I'm like a vulture that if I see something I like I go around it and different angles, but once I see it, I'm like, that is beautiful as is. And then it's just a matter of getting like a good shape of light, a good shape angle of shadow if it has any, and that's about it. But I would never consider myself good at arranging things. I think I'm okay at identifying things in nature, but not as not this
like composing. You don't compose.
I think it's I don't know what I did that. It sounded like a duck.
Yeah, no, you swallowed like a terrible
duck. Yeah. Sorry. What I think happens is that's a bit artificial for me. And I just love nature in its order or in its chaos. I think that things are perfect as they are. So yeah. I thought the glass was like perfect because it almost reminds me of like, it is a way to display, but it's also a way to store things. So it does speak about time in a way.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lid on it, which is kind of cool because it's like this pseudo idea of freedom. Like, I could imagine all these things like jumping out at night and just doing their own thing, and then they jump back into the jar like in the morning. But I thought it was like, that cliche of like, when there's a memory and people that collect memories, when they have to like visualize like a collection of memories, it's always like this little receptacle thing, this little jar thing where they store it. And I love that. I loved that idea of saying, yeah, this is stored and this is super, super important. But it has to be the place where we move forward. It has to represent a place where we move forward. So I wanted them to be there, kind of like saying, goodbye. It's
like go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like goodbye. Like,
well,
but
no,
go.
I'm not gonna throw that
and
jar.
I want to say this. I don't think Alejandra is seeing this, but she has been super patient and she's amazing. An amazing friend. But it's time for me to ship the carving. So
and you could be super honest too.
No, because I told her.
No, which is like, you have favorites like I do.
Oh yeah,
parting with your favorites.
No, because I remember like when she came here to our apartment to check the carvings I had, I selected ones that I knew I wanted to keep.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put there my first carving.
Yeah.
Like the very first.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I love this. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's my first carving. And she was like, I don't want to see any more of this. Is it?
Yeah. So we should send her that one.
No, because then she selected another one.
Okay. We should send her both.
I don't know what face I did. She was like, are you okay with it? And
died.
I was like,
you probably died for like a second.
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't even realize that was there.
Yeah.
Because I have others stored somewhere else. And she was like, if you're fine with giving me that one, I would love to have that one. But if you don't, I really love others. So I can just choose between others. But yeah, I remember I was having a panic attack when I saw that she wanted the very first.
And I'm only making this public just to make it harder on you. But do you think it would be nice, symbolic, to say, yeah, I'll send you the one that you picked, and it's the first one, and it's going to be
maybe you're
painful.
Running like an idea I had.
Oh, I don't know, but I can't go into your brain. I don't know.
Yeah, so no.
Okay, so I'm not going to say anymore.
Anything.
I'm not going to say anymore. But I think it's a good thing. I think life sometimes puts you in like positions that you're like, okay,
No, and she was super kind.
This is a sign.
She was like, hey, if you feel like you want to keep all the 49 first carvings you did, like just do another one for me, and I'm sure I'm gonna love that.
I love how you said the first 49.
No, because the project, like the ones I showed were 49. That's why.
I know. Your first 49. Oh
yeah.
If you did 250, it's like you're okay. No to your first 250, but maybe.
No, and I even had a conversation that day with her. I was like, I don't know why I'm so attached. Like it's a dumb thing, and I was like,
no, it's not. It makes perfect
like I was
sense.
telling her, like take one and just like leave my house with that carving, and that's gonna be the beginning of that. But the thing is that that I stored all the tiny bits of wood that I took apart from
what's that called?
Biruta, but I don't know how it's called in Spanish.
The wood chips, not chips. The wood.
Like the remains of the wood that I was like taking away. I just stored them. I don't know if you remember, but we went to
filings. No.
We went to get the tiny jars.
Yeah.
And I have them there.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even opened the package of the
that
tiny
is super
jars.
telling.
So it's like I have to do it.
But that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I love that about you. You have like wonderful potential ideas. You're super excited. Super excited. And I don't know if the conversation doesn't have to be about this, but I don't know if it's like me, that I sometimes have paintings that I think could be incredible, but I don't paint them, because if I paint them and they don't come out, then I'm like an idiot.
You're being super nice, because I've told you also about that. Because, I have some super cool images of I have one, for example, of my dad sleeping with the red shirt.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, I have to draw something, paint something. And then I see that picture and I'm like, no, maybe I'm not like
Not today.
not that one.
Not
yeah,
today.
not that one. And I always go and look for another one.
Mm.
But the problem is that I don't have just one. I have like 40, 80 images that I'm like, this would be an amazing painting.
Yeah.
But it's never become a painting because I never, like, I'm so scared to ruin what I think is the potential of the image that I never start with a painting. So
I have watercolor brushes that I bought that I have never used, and I always tell myself, I'll use that brush when I'm good.
Which
it's,
is
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a completely
it's the most
stupid
ridiculous thing ever. Like, I'm sure that if when Fer wants to paint, that she's like, Dad, give me something to paint or give me something.
Oh.
If I put that brush in front of her, oh my God.
And she'll even do like...
she'll stab the paper.
There you go.
She's like, Dad, a bunch of little hairs fell out, but I like them.
In like a printing bond paper. So
oh, yeah. She could care less.
She would like take away
Fearless.
all the pulp.
Yeah, fearless. It's the other day she did that. She did like
Oh, she was taking away
with
the
water
pulp.
soluble. She made a hole and then she put a little piece of paper behind.
No, but
that looked super cool.
Yeah, but you saw the result.
Yeah.
I saw the process, and I was like,
process must have been like a butcher.
Because she was working near me, and she was just like grabbing the brush.
Yeah.
Like water, more water.
Yeah.
More water, and just like going.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? And the little pulp of the paper was like gathering around, and I was like, oh my God. But
I love how those things give us anxiety, and in a kid's brain, it's like, this is amazing.
And it's also cool because she was fearless. I mean, she was like just going
kids
with it.
They're incredible. They're absolutely incredible. So yeah, we have to feed ourselves a little from that, children energy, and just just go for it.
Yeah, and you can go for it with the brushes too.
Oh, when I'm better. when I'm a little bit better. No. So anyways,
but let's see.
So that's going to be our starting point. I hope everyone, I think it's pretty clear now, right?
Yeah.
So Dani, you do it because I'm close to the chat. Yeah, if there's something, or if shavings. Thank you, Callum.
I'm used to it, so.
Shavings, the wood shavings. That's what they're called, Dani.
Because I think I can do it from here.
Oh, yeah? No.
Something's happening. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, finally you two together.
See. Yeah, we coexist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicolás, soy de moderador. No.
¿Intentó?
No lo logré, fallé un poco.
Toca mirar Gabriel. Otra vez yo, Gabriel García Márquez. Jesús.
No. Bueno.
Jesús, toca mirar. Al principio sí quedó la muestra de
mi incompetencia.
No. Lo que pasa es que
de mi incontinencia.
No estás acostumbrado a poner todas las cosas del stream, entonces estábamos sonriendo así a la pantalla.
Liat says, I don't know, this seems weird. I'm going to take that as a good thing, Liat.
Because you have to know that these are comments from the beginning of the stream, so maybe they're not that, like, maybe you're lost in context.
No.
That happens a lot.
No, I think the weirdness is just both of us existing in the same universe.
Gabriel Iván dice, ya van a anunciar el libro.
Almost. So
Esperen,
Dani,
aténganse.
So Dani is almost done with editing the video, and as soon as that video is done, we are gonna go live on that project. So
sí, y en español, que Gabriel estaba preguntando en español, sí, estoy terminando de editar el video para el libro. Y una vez acabe, lo publicamos.
¿Qué fue ese cambio?
No, que una vez acabe, lo vamos a publicar.
Sí.
Entonces ya falta poquitico. Hoy
guapo.
Hola, says Callum. Hoy guapo, no, always guapo. Guillaume Laure said,
nice.
Cool idea. Only between you two or with other artists too? No, this one's gonna be between us.
Yeah, I think,
Us.
we're not saying that this exercise or this conversation wouldn't be super cool if you expand it to other artists.
No, but it's something that we want to do.
And I think our painted lives has always been like a microcosm, maybe, like, and it's not about shielding yourself from the world or from other people thinking differently. I think, if anything, the two of us are very, we share a ton of things, but we're very different also.
Yeah.
So there's enough differences between us to, create this wonderful tension of where places could go. And I think that because we know each other, it's interesting in the sense that not that I'm going to be like, oh, I know what to expect of Dani, but I don't know. I think it's going to be when we push or when we take something to a direction that is like fun or whatever happens. I think the other person is going to feel it super close.
Yeah.
And maybe if we were strangers,
it's going to be
it would just be about an image and then a bit of a conversation, and that's about it.
Yeah, because of the relationship we have, it's going to be like a super intimate conversation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be just between both of us.
Catalina says, I'm a great fan of Dani Alida.
Ooh,
I'm a great fan
too,
too.
Catalina.
Tada says Rajita. So excited. Tada was the face reveal, the couple reveal, maybe?
No. I think this was showing when you were looking for the painting.
Oh,
to show me the painting.
That was the reveal.
Cata dice, está súper.
Gracias, Katika.
Gracias, Cata.
By the way, this is paint on my mic.
Oh, yeah. You can see Nicolás.
When I do my
mic.
When I do the online workshops, I always hold my brushes on my left, and if I just don't pay attention to them, so they're always leaning against the mic. So yeah, it looks kind of it's a mic. Who cares?
Excuses.
Yeah, who cares?
AHES says, I was waiting for Dani to smell the painting.
Oh, she does smell anything, everything.
No, that sounds weird. No, I like to smell, because I remember...
I like to smell, period. You could end it there. You could just say that.
We were talking about how when we buy paintings, I like
all the
to
time.
smell the paintings.
All the time.
So, no, and I have to say, I never smell the paintings that Nicolás paints. But this one, I had it like near my face, and it had like that lemon scent.
Yeah.
So I had to.
The wax that I use has that, because it's made for like stone flooring. They put like a lemon, zesty scent. So it my paintings smell like a clean floor.
Así, mira, Emi Cianuro dice, una pregunta, en la pintura lo rosado es un rollito
de jamón.
No, es el... pero lo explicamos en inglés. Entonces.
Rollito de jamón, ¿quién la hizo?
Pensé que yo, porque yo soy la que hice las tallas.
No, yo.
Va.
No, es el reflejo. Es cedro. Ese creo que es un cosito de cedro.
Cedro rojo, sí.
Uh-huh. Entonces, hay una ventana al lado que le hace como ese reflejo súper frío. Y cuando gira la maderita, pero detrás de ese reflejo, llamémoslo así, tiene un tono rojo que es como, digamos que el matiz rojo al que pasa es un cambio chiquitico de valor y un cambio chiquitico de matiz, pero que es bonito. O sea, eso hace que uno entienda que hay cosas ahí detrás. O sea, que el reflejo es como una parte súper evidente, pero que hay cositas ahí detrás. Incluso para mí era chévere como pintor porque me daba la oportunidad de... como abstraer un poquitico más las maderas y verlas súper, súper simples y de pronto en algunas en el centro ver como particularidades ya más específicas y después otra vez simplificarlas. Entonces como que comienza de menos, no, ¿qué manos tengo acá? Como de menos a más a menos y gira, tiene un giro ahí bien bonito. Entonces sí, es más como eso. Pero, pues, si parece un pedazo de jamón, pues, bueno, perfecto.
Si quieres, sigue leyendo.
It's hard. Anytime I finish a painting, I hide it away for that same reason. That's
Says
Fabi.
Fabiola,
Yeah. The fear of having people, socializing and having people then, take that and take it wherever they want. They could tell you it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Or you know what's the best comment that I see on Instagram all the time? This is the best thing I've ever seen today. I love that comment.
But that's the rhythm of
if
like
anything,
social
if
media.
Anything explains
like that's super
like Instagram and our consumption of images, our current consumption of images.
Is that.
It's that. It's like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've seen
this hour
today. You know?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, forget it. Who cares about tomorrow? Like, who cares?
Yeah. And Fabiola was also saying, Dani, I had a total creative stagnation for 8 years. Didn't draw or paint. And how did you went back to it? How did it felt?
Gloriously, I may say. She's painting amazing. Fabi's painting incredible.
Yeah, but we don't know when was that 8-year void.
For my mother, I've told you, it was when we were younger, you know. I think she kept working a little bit after I was No, I think she was doing, you know, she was doing her drawing sort of programs, like she specialized in drawing in Wisconsin. But then I think after my brother, my sister Kata, my brother Alex, my sister Kata, and when we came back, I think she stopped. And I think she started maybe 86, like late 80s again, maybe 88, 89. My mother would probably remember. She started drawing again. So it was, like, you know,
a lot of
12
time,
years, maybe that she also had to put on hold because the five of us, you know, eventually the five of us were there, like my brother and sisters. So tough.
So let me read a little bit of all the comments that there are. Robin says, Dani, I suspect you speak for many of us. Alex May says, I think a great creative achievement isn't a high bar to live up to, but proof of what you carry inside. That's super
Very
cool.
nice.
Alex Wilby said, I haven't painted in months. The guilt and pressure is eating me alive.
Oh, no pressure, Alex. I mean, painting doesn't do anything. And the drawings that you do are amazing. Amazing. I would never see them as less than a painting.
Alejandro Morales said, oh, I thought I was the only one. Which is cool. I mean, because that happened to me. I think I'm like in a better headspace now. But I remember some months ago that I was like, why am I stuck? Like, why is people producing and I am stuck? And it's cool what you said. Like, it happens to everyone. And it's not trying to minimize what you're going through because it feels like hell.
Yeah.
when you're super blocked and you feel guilt because you want to do something, but you can't do something. So it's a terrible thing to be in. But it's also cool to know it happens to a lot of people. So it's not something that you're struggling alone.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I think it's the painful nature of what we do. It's just, it's not an if I'm going to encounter that feeling, but when. I think we're all going to go through it. We're all going to feel differently about it. But it's going to be tough. It's always going to be tough.
Cabe Custis said, ha ha ha, I'm still stuck there. Bernard said, the last 4 years for me, this conversation is sitting right next to my heart.
OPL forever.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt. Merch.
Luca Raven said, I haven't been drawing actively, things for me personally, and I'm terrified of starting a drawing at this point and just want to postpone it constantly while doing things for university. Luca, maybe this is your signal. Maybe you can start to you can try to start again, because I mean I am an overthinker.
Yeah.
But I do realize that, like I said before, it's 10 times worse in your head that what it's going to be at the end. Yeah. So, like, you're terrified, because that happened to me too. I am still terrified when I have to do something, but then I go through the struggle and finish whatever I'm trying to do, and then I realize it wasn't as terrible as I thought it was gonna be. So just try to do it.
Or you know
Luca.
what happens sometimes? It sucks.
No, but yeah.
Sometimes it's horrible. Sometimes it's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I'm going to try to do this kick-ass painting.
No, but
And you sit down and you look at it and you're like, oh no, this is objective. It's not like, oh, this wasn't as bad as I thought. Sometimes it's like, oh my effing God, like this is super tough and I suck and this painting sucked. And that's fine too. And you have to tell yourself like, okay, this is just a reminder that this is super tough.
Yeah, but you know what I was trying to say? That not the result is like, oh, it was fine. But like the sting you have of a bad result isn't as bad as you thought it would be. Yeah. Like it's like, oh, this is horrible. And then you can start something new.
That's what helped me. I think, you know, to me, this, like the past 2 years were sort of like visual therapy. Because you just keep going.
Yeah.
You have no other, you know, alternative than to keep going. Yeah. You can't stop and say, oh my God, I feel so bad for myself. Like yesterday's painting was horrible. I don't want to wake up. No, we were like, let's wake up. We're early. We're editing. We're doing voiceovers. Oh, right now we have to record. It's a new painting. It's like, go, 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 go. And it put me in a great mind space because it was like, just go. Go.
Yeah.
You're
Do
like,
it.
You can't afford to be stuck on yesterday's painting. You have to go. So that helped me a ton.
Alex Wilby said, Nicolás isn't even that good, Dani. Don't worry about it.
Best, I take everything back, Alex. What I said, all the nice things that I said about the drawing, take it back.
Yeah. But I have to say that it's cool because I think you're amazing.
You're amazing too.
But I don't feel threatened because you're amazing. No, let me...
No, I stuck with the threatened part.
No.
What?
No, let me explain. Because I feel happy to not have the fear of like feeling inferior or different. Because I just think we do different things. And that's all. So
I think you're incredible.
Like I'm super comfortable with you doing amazing things. Because I don't feel that as a threat. Yeah, like a direct threat to me. I mean, I never feel insecure because you're good. I just feel happy because you're good. And I just want to be my own level of good, not comparing myself to anyone. And that's cool because that doesn't apply to you or to anyone. So
that's awesome. And I see you, you know, the way I see you is I see you with the same eyes that I admire, like everyone that I admire most in the art world. So
yeah, no, and that's why I say I think it's super healthy between us that I've never seen myself as nothing but the same as you. Yeah, like an equal partner.
I wonder,
so.
you know what I noticed about us, that we're not like super critical of each other's work, but we just much rather be super excited about each other's work. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's healthy or I don't care really.
But I think I'm not critical because I don't I don't understand things as you do. Like I'm not trying to say that I understand the world in the same way that you do, so that's why I never criticize anything. But I would say that I get the way you do things. So like I know where you stand when you paint or when you draw or when you do
usually
whatever.
Sit,
but yeah, I think that maybe that's the reason why we don't criticize that much.
Yeah.
Because we know, like, I know a lot of you and you know a lot of me, so you know what my starting point is.
Yeah.
And I also think that it's cool that when something doesn't seem right in the things that we're doing, like the final result of a painting, I even tell you, and you always tell me, like, hey, like, do you like this part? And it happens like 99.9% of the times that I'm like, hey, are you happy with that part? And you're like, no, I hate it. I mean, like, I've been struggling with that specific part for so long.
Yeah.
And that happens with me too.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's super cool.
But I do think that we criticize. I mean.
In a good way, I feel.
Yeah.
Not just for the sake of being critical. Like, I got bored of that, like, after university, I feel.
Yeah, but I would never say that you're like, oh, yeah, it's amazing.
No, because I would never appreciate that either.
Yeah.
No, I would never like that coming from you either. That wouldn't sound sincere coming from you either. So, no, but we just, I think we understand each other's work. Yeah.
Liad was asking, how do you feel about doing the intros now?
Great, now that I don't have to do them anymore. So that's amazing.
No, but at the end you were comfortable.
Oh, at the end it was fine. At the end it was fine. It would take us like, a couple of minutes to do them. And it was more of me just, I didn't study, like, what do you call that? Like communication? No, like, ¿cómo se traducirá comunicación social? Yeah.
Pero comunicación social no es solo eso.
No, but, part of that,
but you
learn how to speak on
You were never
mic.
trained
No.
to be on camera,
Period.
let's say.
I was never trained, period.
So.
No, I felt super, super uncomfortable at the beginning, very anxious, super insecure. And at the end, I think those feelings are still there. It's just that before they sort of devoured me, and now they just sort of live like here in my shoulder, and I'm fine with them. Like, they're just right here, but I'm okay with them. So, I don't think they're going to disappear ever, but I'm fine with them being just here.
Fabiola, artist, said, maybe they are a group of work that are meant to live together, referring to the carvings, maybe? And I would say...
Yeah, that is very beautiful too.
But I would say that I thought about that for a long time. And I would be happy... Because, you've said this before with other things. But I do think it's, like, super true. And it's that no one can take away the experience you had while doing it. Like, my thinking process, all the struggles I had. Like, even all the physical work I had to put in the carvings. Like, I'm the only one that's always gonna have that in my brain and in my memory. So I would love to detach myself from the carvings, like the physical carving, like the result of the carving, and just try to cherish like the learnings I got from that.
No,
so that's why
beautiful.
I'm open to sending Alejita finally
the
carving.
It would have been nice as as somebody who enjoys. I think we both do. I'm critical of like institutions and museums to some level, but as a place where you can see curated, works of art and you can generate relationships between different works of art. I think that's fascinating. I think there's no place on earth like a wonderful gallery or a wonderful museum. I would have loved it if somebody would have told you like, oh, I want to buy all of these.
Oh, yeah.
I want to buy all of these, or we want to acquire all of these. There would have been expensive because there's a bunch of them, but as a whole, it would have been very beautiful. But I hope that for you still, because I think that's a very nice thing. I've never been. There's a lot of people that validate like the quality of the artist that you are here in Colombia. If you are part of certain collections, for example.
Oh, no.
I'm not part of any of those collections. Nobody in those like institutions has ever expressed any interest in any of my work. None of it. So for, when judged by those standards, I'm like nobody. I am a nobody. And for me, perhaps in my path, I just had to, because at the beginning I was like, okay, eventually, this collection is going to see this show and they're going to want something. And even like the large painting I did, it was offered to the bank.
They were like,
I'm saying to the bank, and it sounds like terrible. It sounds like super capitalist, but it's the Bank of
Museum
the Republic, which is the
which
part.
has some collection.
It has
so
like
it's
a
not,
link. Yeah, it's actually through the bank. They actually buy the what would be the sort of national collection, and it was offered, and no, they never cared. And so in my path, I had to like say, okay, I just can't feel bad about this. I can't wait, or I can't like store paintings until the day they finally decide to validate my work by purchasing something. I told myself, you know what? I just have to like go and just keep forward, like keep moving forward, because
Because you remember that I tried to enter like a show.
Yeah.
And I didn't get in with my thesis, which is all the carvings. But after that, I was thinking a lot of time what you said, like it would be cool if someone had the entire collection. But I think it's, as you said, it's complicated for someone to want to buy all the collection because it's a lot. And I also thought a lot, like I have them stored and I kind of have them displayed. But for example, again, with Alejandra's case, I know she would love to have that carving and she would display the carving and she would give it like a proper place more than I do right now. So that's why I never thought about keeping them, because the way I arranged them for the thesis isn't like a easy way to have them displayed
it was
here.
Gorgeous though.
Yeah, but think about it. Like we would have to take away all the living room just to have that.
Oh yeah, we have to leave the apartment.
which isn't like realistic at all. So I like the idea of having the individual carvings. If someone wants to get one, like Alejandra, I would give it to them, and I know they're in good hands and they're gonna be displayed and not like stored, because these ones are showing, but I have others.
When you feel okay, you can, we've never had this conversation.
I don't know what you're gonna say,
No,
so I don't know.
you could consider, whenever you want, you could consider them like selling them on our storefront. It's our storefront. It's not my storefront. So
Thank you.
whenever you feel okay, like you can just say, you know what, let's put some of these like for sale. With the, being horribly scared that you put 15 of them and nothing sells and it's like, oh my God, I ruined everything. But that's the fear always. Like that's the fear every time we have a show, every time.
Yeah.
Like right now, we are so super excited about doing the book. Like, yeah, we're going to launch our Kickstarter and there's going to be a book.
We never talk like that.
Come on,
We're
we're
not
horrified.
like Kickstarter.
We're like horrified.
Oh, I have to tell everyone, because I'm terrible with nerves. I had a nosebleed because I was stressed.
Behind the mic?
Am I
the mic
oversharing?
is the mic like...
Am I oversharing? Because you did a face like...
No, I just didn't know what you were going with that. Yeah, maybe I think you've been like stressed about
Because I was stressed about the book, like anxious.
Yeah.
And I had,
Yeah.
I had a nosebleed. I don't know why I'm telling this. But that's the way of saying we're super nervous about the book too. I'm nervous about this.
If I had a show tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
You would
or
have
breathe.
a nosebleed.
I would have a nosebleed. Yeah, there's always that fear playing in your brain. Like nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna show up. I used to be afraid when I was like in my teens, like 14, and my mother would be like, "Do you want to throw a party? Like just invite some of your friends and throw a party."
Oh, and you overthink like
I'll buy some food. And in my mind I was like, don't buy some food, don't buy anything.
Nobody's
I don't want there to be a ton of food that you bought and then nobody shows up, and then when I see the food, I'm just gonna see everyone that didn't show up.
My sadness in plates.
In my mind, when I was like 14, I was like, that is the worst thing that you could say, Mom, if you just, do you want to have people over? Like, it's going to be a confirmation that I don't know anyone, that nobody loves me, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And, it's the same feeling. I think that that's such a human feeling, like saying, nobody's going to show up at my opening. Nobody. And as soon as you start seeing like little groups of people, you're like, thank you, universe. Like, I can die a happy person.
Yeah.
Or as soon as you see, like, if it's a show that you have to, like, you've worked for 2.5 years, which is what I usually used to work for solo shows. When you see a little dot, when you see people start telling you like, oh, that's sold. Oh, that's sold. Oh my God. It's because you depend on those sales. Like, it's not capitalism. It's not like, oh, no, it's because you have put your life on hold and you have wasted money for 2.5 years and speculated for 2.5 years. And you are betting everything on hopefully people saying, you know what? We got you.
Yeah.
For the next 2 years, we got you. Like, we got this. And people back you. But that moment is just horrendous. It is horrendous. I don't think anyone, I think Damien Hirst, he puts up his like whatever paintings he's doing. He's probably nervous. Like, he probably has some expectation. I mean, not like our expectation. He's probably thinking, you know what? I think I'm going to sell $20 million. And maybe if he's selling like 2 million, he's getting nervous. Like, he's getting super nervous. And all his like investors are getting super nervous. So it's the same thing. It's always the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, and I was going to say that the cool thing is that, like, I don't feel pressure to sell them. Like, now I'm open to selling the carvings, but I don't have pressure to sell them all. Like, it's not as if I had a show.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're not selling. Like, I'm super cool with having them here, but I'm open to letting them go.
I would not sell the one that... Yeah. I have one of the last ones that you didn't care for that much that I told you I'll keep it.
Because it's not... I never ended
then
that
I
one.
have the one I painted.
Yeah.
And I have the little one, the little kind of...
Mm-hmm. The one that's super skinny?
Yeah, I love that one. Because it reminds me... I mean, it's you.
No, and I'm going to keep a lot of the carvings. Like...
As I'm saying, one. We could both keep one.
No. I can keep 10 and you can keep one. No, I'm joking. But I was going to say that I'm open to letting go some of them.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to be super radical and be like, I have to give them all away. No.
Yeah.
I want to keep some.
You could say 5. We could put out 5. If they don't sell, That's fine. Because we like them. So we can keep them.
We'll see.
If they sell, that's cool. So... You know.
Alejandro Morales dice, tus esculturas en frascos tienen algo como taxonómico. Sí, es chévere.
Sí, eso estamos diciendo. Esa parte como de registro, pero de almacenar, pero también de los frascos, como que uno puede acceder a eso, pero también presentarlo. Es como una especie de... Por eso yo pensaba también como en una especie de ícono, como una procesión que cargan como un ícono. Yo estoy como... I'm gonna get closer to you. Uh-huh. Estaba pensando como en un ícono. Yo pienso que esa parte es súper bonita, porque tiene... O sea, casi que se vuelve una especie de ritual encapsuladito. Ahí, súper, súper, súper lindo. Pero digamos, para el carácter de lo que queremos hacer, también representa como esa calidad sagrada que uno también quiere como no transgredir, pero que quiere eventualmente uno tener la capacidad de decir, bueno, ya tengo fuerza para seguir adelante y no olvidarme de este trabajo, sino decir...
Pues aprender de él, pero seguir.
Exacto, es que la vida uno pues sigue, uno nunca se puede quedar estancado mirando. Es como si yo me pusiera a mirar fotos de cuando tenía pelo todos los días.
A mí, yo te prefiero sin pelo.
Yo también me prefiero sin pelo. Oye, en el video salimos al revés.
No.
Sí.
¿Qué? Mira ahí, está igual.
Ah, sí.
¿Qué fue ese brain fart?
Mi capacidad visual.
Sí. Falta de gafas, digamos que fue por las
Razonamiento
gafas.
abstracto.
Sí, pero bien abstracto el tuyo.
Pucha.
Liad said,
Yes.
yeah, it was a joke about being weird, you two existing
Oh, we
in
took
the
it
same
as a joke.
space.
Don't.
The context
we
got
knew.
lost. Sorry.
No context lost. We saw the levity in it. Don't worry about it, Liat.
Dean White said, great discussion.
Yeah.
What I like is how it is just people talking about art and their issues with it. I find the human part very inspiring. Inspiring. If that makes sense. It is brave to just be up there working. Gabriel Pozo, ¿qué pasó?
No, I
Pensé que ibas a
don't know.
hablar.
I thought I was going to say something funny. Nothing came out.
Gabriel Pozo dijo, súper chévere e interesante ver lo que resulta de este proyecto. Me gusta mucho la idea de quitarle la presión al proceso. Es algo que he aprendido de ustedes. Mucha suerte. Muchas gracias.
Lázaro
Gabriel.
Olier dice, no sé.
¿Qué?
Or knows. Or no sé. No sé.
¿Qué?
Did we say something about the nose?
No sé.
No sé. Ah!
O estar hablando de una... No sé.
No sé.
No sé.
Nick, earlier you were talking about...
But you have to say who. So Toe said...
Toe. Nick, earlier you were talking about your job in illustration. What did you do specifically and how did you get there? I got there because a very good friend of mine, she was working there at that moment and I was jobless. So that afternoon I called her to see if they had an opening and they did. And it was about doing a lot of storyboarding and we did do storyboards like specifically, but we also did art for the presentation of like commercials, ideas.
Sorry.
Ideas for commercials. That was me batting out the mouse off of Danny's hand. She has her mouse on her leg. She has the mouse on her leg.
Professional setup.
Oh, yeah. And we also did animatics. So a lot of stuff for print jobs, commercial stuff. Yeah, kind of boring stuff like that. And I also did like a couple of very, very, very C-tier paperback covers. I'm going to also admit to that I've never even looked back and never even tried to see if I could, get them. I wasn't that good. So
Noel C. dice,
Sí.
Yo me gradué de artes visuales en el 2017 y solo he hecho 4 pinturas en estos 5 años. Entiendo la culpa y más que tengo un trabajo de oficina.
Claro, toca quitarse esa idea de que es culpa, ahí, como de que hay alguna culpabilidad en eso.
Column said, you want to read? Or do you want
I
me to-
enjoyed this chat, Column said. I unfortunately have caught COVID and haven't been able to paint or draw. It's hard to not feel guilt, but you have to remember it's your pursuit and the time off is what you need. Yeah, get better. I hope it's not too bad. Worldwide, Omicron hasn't been that terrible for people. I know. I mean, I'm not minimizing anything.
But let's hope that
I
it's
hope
not...
everything's okay.
Yeah.
We both hope everything's okay. I just heard yesterday that the US was having 1 million new cases every day.
Because I saw
A
an
million.
image. I don't know if it was true, but
In
someone...
2 months, everyone in Colombia would have, at that rate, in 2 months, every single person in Colombia would have had COVID.
Yeah, I was going to say that...
That's,
I saw an image that someone shared on Instagram. I don't know if it's like real or not, but it said like, I don't know, in maybe 4 days or something like that. Or like, no, wait.
Okay,
so maybe
hi,
it was
Danny.
like, hi, Nicolás.
Hi, let's get started.
It was like, let's say January 7, 4 million cases.
Yeah.
Like
In the
since the
US?
beginning of the year, something like that.
Okay.
So I'm giving a number that I remember. I don't know if that's true. I'm sorry if I'm mistaking, but I have to say because I don't know if someone's gonna be like, no.
What are you gonna say? Like 3.5 billion cases
and they said,
in
like,
Florida.
And they said like there was a comparison with to 2020.
Right.
Like in
2020 or 2021?
2020.
Okay, when it just started.
No, I have to see it. Or
Okay.
no, because it was the end of 2020. Or 2021? No, I don't know. But it was like in 4 months, the same number of cases. I was going to say that it's getting
In
worse
a day.
now. No, like they got 4 million cases in like 7 days. And before, 4 million cases were like 6 months.
Oh,
or
okay. Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were getting a little
You were
in the weeds over there. Yeah, I mean, no, Dan, it's abstract. To say 1 million cases a day
No, it's
is like
terrible.
the most abstract number ever. It is ridiculous. No, but what you're saying makes total sense. It's just that it's not that it's 4 months or 6 months, to be super specific. It's just a reminder that 1 million cases every day. It's like, okay, we can't do anything about
Yeah.
this. Like, everyone in this world
No.
in like May is gonna have COVID
Yeah.
or would have had COVID at some
Because
point.
I was seeing and I don't see the story
Yeah,
anymore.
a million cases
Something
a
like
day.
that, but yeah, it
That's
was.
what it sounds like. You know, a month and a half, all of Colombia would be with COVID. Every single person in Colombia would have COVID.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, what do you do then?
Um,
So take care, dude. Take care.
Sergio.
Moringa. Buy some moringa.
Yeah, moringa water.
Moringa water.
Yeah,
Like infusion.
infusion. Agua de moringa. Ay.
Moringa water.
You know what?
Mm-mm-mm.
Like, you're laughing, but
Yes.
they get the message. What I'm trying, like,
I don't
they
thi-
get what I'm trying to say.
I think in
so,
the UK,
moringa water.
in the
you
UK,
can
the
drink
best
moringa
bet is
water.
just like little, maybe like vitamins or like little, maybe.
What?
They can't get like moringa like we get it
Yeah,
here.
I think they can.
No, of
No?
course not. They'll at best like pills or something like that. But even if it's
Moringa
in pill,
water.
moringa water. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Sergio G said, "Hi all, just joined. I've been enjoying painting in the evenings with the music instead of television. It is very relaxing, even the sucky paintings.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Oh no, wait,
What?
it just went down.
Love the Hellboy figures. Thank you. That's my Hellboy shelf
Level, yeah.
over there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm very proud of it.
This one isn't as organized.
Oh
like,
no, this
as
is like the
Because
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, from here up,
Oh,
all the
it
shelves
looks good.
are like super good. Super good displayed.
When it gets
And
lower,
then it's like, bleh.
yeah, when it gets lower,
Bleh.
it's like
So
you
we
know,
have
like the
to-
cheap cereal when you go to the grocery store, it's always like low. That's what I used to buy when I was a student, just a bag that had like nothing on. So no, but I love it. I have my Rick and
No,
Morty.
it's cool. I was
Rick and Morty. I have the Venom that I'm painting.
And it's more organized.
I have the
now.
MODOK. Yeah. What else do I have?
And
Oh,
down.
Sandy, but you know, Sandy's place should not be back there.
No.
No, I know. He's beautiful.
I was gonna say she.
or
Me,
it.
Sandy is it?
It.
Yeah. No,
It-
because I
it's
always
Sandy?
say la Sandy.
I always say El
El
Sandy.
Sandy Papo.
El Sandy.
Which
Which is fine.
we should put Sandy in the living room.
No. I want Sandy here. No, because I love him. It's just that I'm not organized.
I
Like
wanted to
lower
convince you
levels.
To have it there.
Yeah, I need to organize a little bit better.
Um,
Book when, says Eddie Rodriguez.
Soon.
Could we say before the end of the week?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you were killing me
Yeah,
with
I
those
was
eyes.
like, "Ugh."
What the hell are you gonna say?
No, because you
You
know
thought
that.
tonight?
No.
You thought I was gonna say tomorrow?
No. Because the thing is that I have to finish
Yeah.
the video editing.
Yeah.
So I didn't wanted you to be like, oh yeah, tonight.
Like that?
Yeah, like
With
that.
that voice.
And I would be like, what? Because I don't have the footage to end it tonight.
Cool.
So, yeah. Hello, cool cats. You are
Oh.
in my top 5.
Ooh.
Book when is what Eddie said.
Top 5 for Eddie. We're doing something right.
Manuel Patiño dice, conocí el trabajo de Nico por la revista Soho.
Cuando salí en cuerpos acabados, cuerpos que antes eran mejores.
Con la
2012
hoja, la portada esa famosa del Tino.
del Tino.
¿Con la hoja? Saliste
El mío
tú
era un
con la
vestidito de
hoja.
baño que se podía cuando tenía mi buen
mío
cuerpo.
era-
Mi buen cuerpo con un vestido de baño de esos.
Está pésimo el chiste.
Uno de nadador tenía un vestido de baño muy chiquito. Entre más chiquito era mejor porque no te hacía resistencia.
Es que pensé que ibas a hacer un chiste con la hoja del Tino. Y...
No,
diste.
tu cabeza está ahí. La mía estaba
No,
en
eso fue-
nadar,
no,
vestido
porque
de
fue
baño.
muy chistoso eso. Me
Sí.
acuerdo que todo el mundo hablaba de eso. Como,
Sí.
¿qué? Además que la hoja se quitaba, entonces...
La hoja se quitaba. ¿La raspabas o se quitaba?
No me acuerdo, pero me acuerdo que...
Mm.
Como que me acuerdo de haber leído algo como que en todas las tiendas de cadena
La raspaban.
lo estaban raspando, entonces era como que los tenían que poner en
entendible.
cosas de plástico. Bueno, sí, no
Eso,
sé,
o sea,
chistoso.
eso era todo
Eh,
por ver un pene.
Pero
o sea.
por el chiste.
Sí,
Pero
pero
no
es
digas
bobo.
así porque nos van a quitar. Es
No, uno
que
puede
es muy
decir.
bobo,
Sí,
pero me he dado cuenta que a uno le salen alertas en YouTube
sí, por cualquier cosa. Sí, son unos idiotas.
Eh,
En Soho, pero en Soho yo hice ilustraciones para unas crónicas. Una muy chévere que hice fue una de Pambelé, me acuerdo. Esa me gustó el resto. Todavía, pero esa se la regalé a Ospina. A
¿Ospina?
Sampero Ospina.
Pensé que al arquero.
No.
¿Y yo qué?
Ah,
¿Por qué
Sampera,
no me
Sampera,
habías
Sampera
dicho que
Ospina.
lo conocías?
Esa se la regalé a él. Y después hice una del pibe que no me quedó tan chévere. Lo acepto. Después hice un Diomedes que me quedó como mejor. Ese sí me quedó un poco mejor. Supongo que esa es como muy la historia de Colombia en 3 personajes. Pambelé, el pibe y Diomedes. Ya con eso como que está
Con
cubierto
portada del Tino.
todo.
Y ya.
Tino no, al Tino nunca lo... Sí, pero al Tino nunca lo pinté.
No,
No,
mi
es que me
chiste
estaba
era-
tratando de pensar si había más crónicas. Ah, hice una chévere para unos cuentos que hizo Daniel también, unos cuentos cortos. Él es un súper buen escritor de cuentos cortos. Lo que pasa es que, pues, él es como un editor, entonces cuando escribe editorializa, pero como escritor y de cuentos es súper bueno. Sí, no me acuerdo. Y no sé si en Soho me habrán hecho alguna nota o algo, pero bueno. Claramente no soy material Soho. O sea, ¿esto?
Ay, sí.
No.
Pues, pero como tú quieras. No, es que o sea, iba a decir sí y después iba a decir, pero querrías y después sí
No.
decía, pues como tú quieras. Pero sí, 100% sí.
Soho Nat Geo Edition.
Eso no significa nada.
Como un ser salvaje.
Eso no significa nada.
Sigamos, Dani, no te quedes ahí, por favor.
Camilo Vargas dice,
¿Sí?
¿cuáles son sus próximos proyectos
arquero?
o ideas para este año? Ospina y Vargas acá.
Sí.
Un gran saludo, gracias por estos lives, son increíbles, realmente uno puede creer como artistas con estos
Crecer.
espacios. Crecer. Leí 2 veces.
No,
más.
por ahora, o sea, tenemos los videos en vivo que hacemos, tenemos este proyecto que vamos a hacer entre Dani y yo. O sea, yo voy a tratar de ir incorporando como una especie de trabajo, digamos que no sea un trabajo inmediato, como una resolución inmediata, no sea un trabajo a la prima que puedo mostrar todos los días, sino que algo que pueda como llevar más tiempo. Y ya, o sea, no, vamos a seguir trabajando y seguir socializando lo que pasa mientras trabajamos. Pienso que esa es la mejor manera. Pero así que digamos, no, tenemos un concierto en octubre. No. Nosotros como...
¿Concierto?
No sé, por eso. Pero no. Nosotros súper normal. O sea, vamos como así muy orgánicos haciendo cosas.
Lázaro Olier dice,
las
puse las
narices
narices cuando
olía.
yo estaba por eso te digo que uno pierde el
Obvio.
contexto cuando lea
No
de
sé,
tiempo.
no sé.
Oh, so Callum was saying, what's moringa? Yeah, so you were
Yeah.
right. Moringa is a plant.
Yeah, native to us,
Yeah.
or this region. It has
This
to
region,
be.
yeah, but here, I don't know if it's
I think it is.
It's
It's got to be like equatorial. Equatorial?
I don't know
Equatorial.
why I thought it was from Brazil.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Pretty much.
yeah. But when you said here,
So,
Colombia,
Amazonian,
I would
you
say it's more maybe,
More Amazonian?
but I don't know.
I
I
mean,
mean,
if we say
just
Amazon, we
guessing.
still have a little bit.
We
so,
have, yeah,
That's
we
us.
have.
That's ours then.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, but it sounds moringa.
moringa.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
Portuguese a little
sí.
bit. Curcuma water with lemon and honey. Yeah.
Curcuma, yeah.
También.
Sub oily fam. That sounds weird. Todd.
Sup, oily fam. Do we look that? I mean, that's shiny. What is
Oh,
going
yeah,
on
I
here?
am.
What is up?
A disco ball.
Yeah. What?
A disco ball.
Oh, okay.
What did you understand?
No, it's like my brain thought of discolo, the Greek one. So, dime, Samu. No, bueno. No, mi Samu, no. How can I send you money? All my money. I mean,
Immediately for the book.
Okay, Eddie, don't send us all your money.
That's so nice.
The last thing we want to do is for you to send us all your money. So don't worry. When the book is out, again, we always say this. Like, I wish we were like a big editorial group, editorial house, or a big publishing company.
Oh, but it's
or
just
that we were, we had some way of printing these, in-house. No.
It's just the both of us
So,
trying to.
Yeah, the two of us are in charge of taking photos, scanning, then color correcting, then putting everything together. We're going to design the book. Like all that, editorial part, we're going to be in charge of, and we're going to send it out to print. We're exploring options in China, and we are going to import it into the United States. So we have to do that. That obviously costs money. And then we are going to do all the shipping personally, packing and shipping
and designing.
It's
the design
the best,
of the book,
yeah, everything. So that's the best way we can. I mean, it's not the easiest way to do it, obviously, but it's the best way we can be sure that we're doing things properly. Like, I'm sure there's going to be mistakes. We're going to make mistakes because those are impossible to avoid. But if we make the mistakes, we can deal with them. Like, I'm positive we're going to be able to deal with them. But what my point was that I wish this could be like a book that you see on Amazon, and it's like a 400-page book, like hardcover, and it costs like $30. We can't do that. Like, that would never come close to covering like production costs. So obviously, when works like when endeavors like these have to be executed by a small group of people, in our case just the two of us, it's bound to be more expensive. That's just the way it is. So I hope people understand that, but I also hope that if people already know our past publications, they know what to expect. So I think we're like super good in terms of like quality. And all we would ask is like, just be a bit patient, in the whole production process. Know that we are going to be like on top of it as much as we can. If there are delays, because the container is stuck somewhere, in the Atlantic Ocean, like those are some of the things that we can't really control.
And we'll let everyone know.
Yeah. In the thing that we were doing Kickstarter, it says, there's a thing that you have to fill out, that it says risks. And obviously, that, the world is like super conscious of shortages now and things like that. I mean, I'm hoping that when the book comes out, it's going to be a little bit better. But those small delays can occur. And what we are, and we're being 100% honest here, and what we, are totally devoted to doing is telling everyone what's going on.
Yeah. Like
everyone. And we will share everything. Every stage of everything, we'll share it. And I think that's the most transparent thing we can do. Because we've had amazing experiences doing books, and we've had super painful, that translated into terrible business, when doing other books because of the expenses. And, in those we've also shared. We didn't share how much money we lost, but we shared how difficult some things were. But we always tried to honor everything that we had set out to do.
Yeah. So, and every time the shipping companies answered you, you always told the people, like, hey, this is what I know, and we're gonna keep doing that.
I had to threat, we never spoke about this, but I had to threat to sue them, so that they could, end up.
And you were actually going to sue them.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember you spoke with a lawyer.
And he spoke with their lawyer, and their legal team actually.
But that's terrible.
Spoke back,
and that's the
when they were
way.
Like, don't worry, we're gonna make sure that all of these books have been sent out.
But after months and months of
it was
no answer.
No, it was horrendous. It was horrendous. But that problem happened because we were
shipped
shipping
from Colombia.
here, from
It's
Colombia.
not going to happen again
No,
because
no,
we're
no.
shipping from the United States.
Very expensive. I mean, shipping, honestly, we're not Bezos here, so we don't. I have no effing clue how Amazon ships something for like $2 or $20
Or
like
for free.
worldwide or free. Yeah, it's ridiculous. To me, it's absurd.
They own the container,
I know,
so it's
yeah,
different.
and they much rather eat the shipping cost and say, yeah. For people, we get money from people just buying stuff, but we'll eat the shipping costs. But for us, oh my God, it is just Herculean to try to ship something. So even though it's crazy expensive from the US also, it's our best bet. It's the best thing we could do.
Yeah, and we've also had the painter book.
Yeah.
Which was the bigger one.
Yeah.
We had that experience with shipping from the US, and it was quite a lot of work, but it was perfect.
I'm gonna say not super perfect. There was a couple of books that I had to send. I never know if people are being like wise asses, like if they're just trying to take advantage. But it would say like the book was, in some countries they don't tell you delivered, but they'll tell you like
it's
right until
country,
it's in the city. And a lot of times, I think I remember one person 3 times wrote us like, book never got here. Book never got here. And I remember we had to send again and again and again. And then I did a refund, which was like,
but like in the wider picture of it, it was amazing. That's what I was trying to say.
99.9%.
You're just like talking about the things that didn't went.
Because I remember
that went wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember
but I want
the
to let
few
the
things.
people know.
Oh, 99.9%. Everything worked out like
and
perfectly.
That's the shipping we're gonna do for this book too.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to support us by buying a book, that would be super cool. And
or Danny's whittlings.
No, not for now, but
whenever you want.
No,
No
I was gonna
pressure,
say
no
that
pressure. No pressure.
No, you screamed and it just went
it's-
all red.
No pressure. No pressure. Whenever you're ready.
No, that I was gonna say that if you want to support us. No, stop doing that. You're like
I'm not doing anything. I'm moving my hands.
You can know that we're gonna give our 500% to the shipping and the creation of the book, and like for it to be a perfect project, as perfect as something human made can be.
Oh my God, that got complicated. But yeah. So should we leave it there?
Espera, dice
Cristian acaba de llegar, no sé qué está pasando.
Cristian, esta es la primera de las...
Estoy apuntando hacia la imagen.
No, pareces como el niño inquieto de la clase. Ay.
Que está viendo el reloj y en 2 minutos va a sonar la campana para el recreo.
Cristian, esta es la primera de las imágenes de la correspondencia visual que vamos a hacer con Nicolás. Entonces, esta fue la pintura que hizo Nicolás.
Al otro lado.
Esta fue la pintura que hizo Nicolás. Y no, pero es que estabas tú así.
Pues sí.
Y yo voy a responder a esa el próximo lunes y así vamos a crear una
Entonces todos los lunes vamos a estar
conversación. Bien,
así.
nos van a ver.
Mañana otra vez vamos a estar Dani por aquí.
Y bien, esto es solo de los lunes. So, we were saying that this setup, like both of us here and an image there.
Yeah.
It's just
Mondays.
And the rest of the week until Thursday, because Friday we don't stream.
Yeah.
We're going to have the normal setup, like Nicolás painting, and I'm going to be like moderating the chat and hanging with you guys. So thank you everyone for joining us. I think it was a cool
I liked it.
I don't know what's happening with you, but yeah, no, I liked it a lot.
Loosening up.
I liked it a lot. I think it was like, I want to thank you because I think it was a very, very meaningful start for me.
That's very nice.
So thank you. And we'll see you like this.
Sergi nos dice que chachi y que chulo.
No,
Super
que chachi
chulo.
super chulo.
Que chachi super chulo.
Sí, no sé. Qué bacán este nuevo formato de los lunes en el que podamos verlos. Uy, qué chévere y está súper interesante la pintura. Gracias por explicar.
Muy bien.
No, a ustedes gracias.
Gracias, Katika.
So we'll see everyone of you here tomorrow for normal setup. And we'll see you like this
are we, okay.
on Monday. And let's
Nice.
hope I don't faint when I have to show...
Live nosebleed would give us views.
Yeah, viral.
I mean, if like literally
viral. No, because he wasn't.
But no, I think it's gonna be fine. Whatever you do is perfect. Whatever you do is gonna be fine.
No pressure. Let's just not
Whatever
talk
you do,
about it
It's perfect.
until it's Monday, and we
Okay.
have to face
The truth.
the result, the truth. Yeah.
So we'll see you guys tomorrow, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
my voice is gonna be way over here.
But you'll see him on Monday, and
yeah.
you'll see me
My head.
tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that.
And I'll do better with the shelf behind me. Yeah, we'll make it interesting.
No, it looks
a little more
cool.
interesting. A little more interesting though.
No, because you
Put
know
some of
it's
the cooler figures.
like
in the bottom.
this is the reality of a
right.
of
it's
a
true.
like a house
Yeah.
or like a
Well,
whatever.
we don't have a house, but home or apartment.
But it's our house.
Well,
Well-
yeah, house and home can be synonyms.
What I was trying to say is that this is the real dynamic
Yeah, that's
of living.
yeah.
You
We're
have
not.
like
I'm not putting blue LED lights over there just so it can be. Although,
but if you do it because you
Although-
like how it looks, cool. But if you do it just for the sake of the video,
oh
well,
no, come on,
that would
no,
be
no,
like
no. I'd be super geeky if I could put like lights, but I would feel weird. Like I'm spending too much money on just lights
If you like it,
for the figures.
I mean,
No, you know what I did today?
What?
I took the phone and I took photos of the eyes because I'm just trying to figure it out.
like trying to decode
Yeah, I can't.
how they do it.
No. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to write, which I'm sure I'm not going to get a response, I'm sure. I'm going to write to the guy that's like the head, he models and he paints.
Is the head or the eye?
Oh, no, that's terrible. So I'm going to write to him, and I'm positive that he's not going to respond at all.
But I mean, right? You can
I
know
always
what
write.
you're gonna do. So
I always write.
just
So-
write and wait.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say, I'm going to take out an eye.
No, what?
Yeah,
what
I
are you
was like,
talking about?
what?
What are you talking
When
about?
you said,
Oh
you know
my
what I'm
God.
gonna do? I am
No.
going to.
But you know why I'm having a problem with this?
What?
Because, like, there's not a lot of people on YouTube that do demos of painting like these 1/6 heads. But the few that do, I mean, some suck, some are terrible. We have to face this. But there's a couple of guys that are like really good. Like there's a girl in Instagram. Oh my God, she's like insanely good. But for example, the people in YouTube, they'll just they'll paint the eye, and it looks painted. Like it looks like a painted eye. You can tell, like whenever they show the head that they paint, it's like it's awesome, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's
'Cause I
like
think-
it's like 80%, and I have no ability to do like paint at that level, like none. I'm like at 5% right now, but I would just love to know. Like those things
Yeah.
eat me up because as a painter, I would just love to know how the hell did he do that.
But thinking about production
yeah,
and like production time, I think.
easier if they were like stickers or
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I think
Yeah,
maybe they
100%.
are.
Yeah,
And they
I
have
am-
maybe like a plastic cover
They put
on
what
top.
they do is
so
they
that's
put
why
like
it
resin.
looks like super.
They put like an acrylic resin on top.
Yeah, but
So you see the glob of resin, very beautiful, like glob, that it makes for like a watery eye.
Mm-hmm.
But that glob hides the seams. It
helps
through,
to
yeah, it
kind
helps
of blend.
kind of like give this illusion that there's
Yeah.
nothing there. But I don't know why I'm becoming obsessed with it.
It's cool.
Yeah, I think so. Wood shavings, says Dan, who is an hour behind,
Dan
I would say.
Costello.
Nice.
Costello
Dan.
or Costello? Yeah.
Costello.
You
Like
don't
Elvis.
know.
It's like Elvis Costello.
Can be Costello.
It could. Well, there's a universe where it could be. Yes, for sure.
So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
We're happy to.
Will you add animatronics on the shelf like Chuck E. Cheese? I don't have anything that moves. I have a bunch of things that light up, but I
you don't light them up.
No, I don't like it.
Because I would love to see the
You
one
gave
that
me a
I
Hulk
gave
Buster.
you.
Yeah, like a die-cast Hulk Buster.
It lights in
it's
the
very
knees
cool.
and
it's
the
super cool.
eyes and
It's
everything.
super cool.
And it's never been lit up.
No.
Maybe you could try it
No.
if you want to.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
If you put your whittlings for sale, I'll do it.
We'll see. So
And
thank you.
Next week, you have to use different material for realistic effect of the reflections. I'm not sure what that is. Next week, maybe, I don't know if that they're speaking about the painting, is the reflections of the painting, or in the eye.
The eyes. I think
Maybe.
the eyes.
Maybe.
Why did you do the...
I don't know. Sassy. Next week. Well, before the end of the week, we're gonna do the book. Okay? Is that a plan?
Before next week?
Before the end of this week.
Yeah.
So okay, let's high five on it.
But
on
not
that.
like working week, but like, let's say week, including the
Weekend.
Just
Okay.
say, because we have to say something here. So
yeah. Before the end of the week.
we're not saying what week.
I'm sure. I'm
No,
sure
no,
it's
I'm
gonna be
joking.
good.
So yeah.
So yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then next week, our first NFT.
That's not true.
Oh, imagine if it was.
But it isn't.
Imagine if it's in the works. We could explore it. You know, if we sell it and we get 500 pesos for that could help us subsidize the book.
500 pesos?
Yeah, that would be nothing. But all I'm saying is that whatever amount that we get, that can help us subsidize the book.
As I said before, I'm
Yeah.
not against the idea of doing an NFT.
Yeah.
But I'm against the idea of you saying things publicly.
Oh, we're going to do...
Trying to make people think that we're going to do something when we're not thinking about it. So,
Maybe
the
we
book
are.
is a reality. The NFT isn't something we are thinking about right now.
Maybe we
So, let's not, make the people confused.
Okay.
Because maybe they get confused thinking that you're joking about both.
No, I'm not
and
joking.
we are...
I have the thing is I have ideas out loud always. You know me. I just don't filter anything. So,
Okay.
and when I say them, it's like, we could do this.
Okay. So,
Okay.
reality, before the end of the week, book.
NFT. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
So, thank you everyone for joining us. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.